My girlfriend told me not to open the door. Then she started knocking. It was raining heavily that night. I had just gotten back home after spending the evening with my girlfriend, Sarah. We had gone out for ice cream after work like we usually did every Friday. Nothing felt strange at first. We laughed, talked, and stayed out later than normal because the weather felt peaceful. By the time I dropped her off at her apartment, it was already close to midnight. Before she got out of my car, she looked at me strangely for a second, like she wanted to say something. But she just smiled and said, "Text me when you get home." I told her I would. The rain became much heavier while I drove back home. The roads were almost completely empty. Streetlights reflected off the wet pavement, while the sound of rain filled the inside of the car. When I finally got home, I was exhausted. A few minutes later, my phone buzzed. It was Sarah. I smiled and answered immediately. But the moment I picked up, I froze. She was whispering, very quietly, almost crying. "Don't open the door." I sat up instantly. "What?" Her breathing sounded shaky. Then she repeated it again. "Listen to me carefully. Do not open the door." At first, I thought she was joking, but then I heard something in the background. Knocking. 3 slow knocks. Coming from somewhere near her. I asked her what was happening, but she ignored the question completely. Instead, she whispered, "If someone knocks tonight, don't look outside. Don't open the door. Just stay in your room." My chest started tightening. I asked her where she was. She didn't answer. Then suddenly, the call ended. I stared at my phone in complete silence. The rain outside became louder. For a moment, I just sat there trying to understand what had happened. Then, knock, 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 knock. 3 slow knocks echoed through my apartment. I felt every hair on my body stand up. I looked toward the front door. Another 3 knocks followed. Slow, heavy, deliberate. I grabbed my phone and called Sarah back immediately. No answer. Again, no answer. The knocking continued. At this point, my heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. I slowly walked toward the door. Every step felt wrong. The apartment suddenly felt freezing cold. The knocking stopped completely. Silence. I stood in front of the door, staring at it. Then my phone buzzed again. A new text message from Sarah appeared. "I'm serious. Do not open it." At that exact moment, a voice came from outside my apartment. Soft, calm, almost identical to Sarah's voice. "Hey, it's me." My blood ran cold instantly, because my phone screen still showed CALL, failed, meaning Sarah was never outside. I backed away from the door slowly. Then the voice spoke again, this time louder. "Why aren't you opening the door?" The voice sounded wrong now, not fully human, like someone trying to imitate her. Then came the scratching. Slow scratching noises dragged across the other side of the door. I could hear breathing, heavy breathing, then silence again. I stayed locked inside my bedroom for the rest of the night, without sleeping. The rain never stopped. Neither did the occasional scratching outside the apartment. At around 5 a.m., everything finally became quiet, completely quiet. The next morning, I rushed to Sarah's apartment. But when I arrived, police cars surrounded the building. One officer stopped me before I could enter. Then he asked me something that still terrifies me to this day. "How did you know this girl?" I told him she was my girlfriend. The officer stared at me strangely. Then he said, "That's impossible. She died last night around 11 p.m., almost an hour before she called me." I still don't know who was outside my apartment that night, but sometimes, very late at night, I still hear 3 slow knocks coming from the hallway. And every time I hear them, I remember what Sarah told me. Don't open the door.